We live in a complex world with many choices that need to be made each and every day. And yet, we've all heard the acronym KISS, keep it simple. If there is something to this, can it apply to marketing, even with video? And if so, why is simplicity so hard to achieve? Human beings make 35,000 conscious decisions a day, and yet science tells us we're only 5% awake. Does that mean another 700,000 decisions happen outside our awareness? Whatever that god-awful number, those unconscious decisions, by definition, come out as pure behavior. And too often our own reaction to our behavior is, why did I do that? So take a deep breath. We're about to dive into the deep end of the pool, and we're not going to come up until we learn the genius of simplicity. Hi, I'm Steve, and this is part 2 of our series on how to become a visible authority. Today we're looking at simplicity. For most of us, the journey to simplicity is usually a really long, hard road. Why? Well, let's look at a typical example. Say the latest whiz-bang marketing tactic pops into our inbox because the need for more time, more income, more energy, more everything is programmed into us. We open the email and look for evidence that this will bring us the more we're looking for. Seems logical. But here's what we don't see. Our search for a solution is coming from a part of us that only wants to keep searching for solutions in order to keep itself alive. This is really important to understand because there's almost a 100% chance we aren't going to do that thing we're reading about because the search itself was the end game. The searcher doesn't care about the solution. That's not part of the program that's running us. So in a strange way, we're relieved once we've read the email. There's nothing else we need to do. Well, until the next email pops up. However, every once in a while, we click and buy. And over time, our marketing strategy starts to look like, well, have you ever heard of the Rube Goldberg machines? They were monstrosities of needless complexity, requiring hundreds of mechanical moving parts to do something like, remind you to mail a letter. Fictitious, of course. But too many of us build real-life Rube Goldberg marketing machines, which doesn't help anybody become a category of one. So, true story. When I started out online, I tried to study everybody, but it quickly got away from me. I still have a folder on my hard drive called Coaches, with over 200 people in it who I thought I would study with, from Anna Hoffman to Wendy Weiss. They're great people, but it just isn't possible or wise to work with everybody. You lose yourself in the process, and mixing techniques you become confused and unable to do much of anything without second-guessing yourself to death. Over the years, I've learned it's preferable to focus on a single area of authority and try to make those explanations as clear as possible. When you do this, your mind clears up and there's no one who can effectively compete with you because, well, no one does that. And as in our last video in the example of Helene's cakes, the work you create out of that mindset is received with gratitude and relief because your customers get exactly the result they wanted. Too many people say, well, I'll make the money first, then I'll have the leisure time to get better at what I do. Well, the problem with that is that road leads to becoming addicted to shiny objects, and the money never materializes. Even worse, when one closes their mind to the possibility of learning, while the wake-up call still comes, it's too faint to hear. It's better for someone to let themselves get sick of living that way so that they can hear the wake-up call. Simplicity has another benefit. When you can explain the thing in a crystal clear way, a way that only comes from thinking about how what you do benefits others, your future customers get it right away. So things happen faster for you than others who haven't put in the time. Of course, while simplicity is a beautiful shortcut to give your customers, there's no shortcut to creating simplicity. The good news is that those customers who get products and services from a business like that will help grow your reputation. And yet, all you did was think it through. So yes, one of the things that makes a visible authority is that they've embraced simplicity. You deserve this as much as your customers do, and it will show up in all your marketing and in every video you make. Now, when someone encounters this kind of simplicity, they want to know more about the human being who's delivering that message. Who is this person? So in our next video, we'll look for the answer inside what has become one of the most valuable and misunderstood marketing concepts today: authenticity. So we've now officially reached the halfway point in this series. If you have any questions, drop me a line at steve@visibleauthority.com or just comment below. I will answer. Otherwise, we'll see you in part 3 of this special edition of the 1 Minute Authority. Oh, good Lord, it's Cyber Stevie, everybody. What's new, Stevie?
Oh, I got this great new device from the Money Money website. It helps you remember to take down your great ideas as you get them. Otherwise, you forget.
Just curious, how much did you pay for that?
Only $4.95 a month for 12 months.
Oh,
It was a special.
obviously.
Oh, I just got a good idea. Here, I'll show you how it works. You just take this pen, open up the notebook, call it into the towers, for breaker, breaker. Nobody there. No, that's right. I just open it up and... Uh-oh.
What?
I forgot the idea.
There's probably an app for that.
Oh, but this one is a bear.
Stevie, I hate to say this, but this is exactly the kind of overcomplicated... This is a perfect example of too many steps to a... Stevie, The Walking Dead is on.
Right now?
Yeah. I wonder how many people are trying to be in business like that.